Hey there, everyone who's going to be seeing this video. I want to just show you some of my favorite features on Logos Bible software. Now, I'm a voiceover user, and that actually means that I'm blind. So with Logos, you're going to hear me double tapping where a lot of people might just tap once. One of my favorite features is the prayer list. I use it every day to stay in contact with the Lord. The prayer list, I think, is one of the most underrated tools of Logos Bible software. And I'll show you how it works. Another thing I want to show y'all is the passage guide. Another one of my favorite features on Logos Bible software. With that one, you can actually go, let's say you're reading out of, John 1:1 or, Philippians 4:13, whatever. And you want to say, hey, what verses are similar to John 1:1 or Philippians 4:13 as examples? How or what verses are constructed similarly? Are there any similarities? Do we have any other verses in the Bible that are similar to those verses? A passage guide. And you'll find other verses that are based on construction, word syntax, based on context. And it does all that for you. So if you're trying to prepare a sermon or a Bible study or something like that, and you want context and stuff, it'll also help you with that. And you can just tap on one of those verses and dive deep right into the text. But what also is really nice is, again, going back to the passage guide, you can actually take a specific verse, say Philippians 4:13, John 1:1, whatever, just as those examples. You take those verses, and you can get commentaries. If you have a library that have commentaries, which if you have Logos Basic, even the free version, it will come with some commentaries. You can actually run those, and you can run the commentaries, and it'll pull it up for you. So you'll get your verses, and you'll get your commentaries side by side. And the last thing I want to show you is the exegetical guide. The exegetical guide is so nice because what happens is, if you're reading in a verse, again, we'll use the examples of Philippians 4:13 and John 1:1. You look at the different words in the verse, and you say, hey, what is actually, in Philippians 4:13, what is actually, if you're reading out of the KJV, what is the Greek word for Christ? And all you have to do is go over, you hit the exegetical guide, it'll actually bring up that Greek interlinear, so you'll see it in actual Greek first. It's in Greek. And the next things you'll see are your words, your English words, hyperlinked. On the English words that are hyperlinked, you click on the word Christ. Again, it'll bring you straight up to that Greek word. You just go over to your right if you're a voiceover user like I am. You'll see the English in context, and you'll see where it says. It'll give you the Greek. It'll give you the transliteration. It'll tell you what Christ means. It'll tell you how it's being used, if it's like an adjective or, whatever, how it's being used grammatically. And then if you have any nifty little, lexicons or concordances or any sorts of dictionaries in that nature, it'll run it for you. It'll pull it all together. And you can just tap on the Greek word and do a word study right there. So let's dig into this. Let's go to our Bible. As you can see, we're reading out of the New American Standard Version, 1995 Updated Edition. This is 2 John, verse 1. And what we're going to do, or the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to run a passage guide. There are all my commentaries, all of the verses, and what is really nice, if you want any information, you just tap on one of these. Or you want another verse that might correlate to 2 John verse 1, you just tap on one of these verses, if it's what you're looking for. And it'll open straight to it. We'll go back to the Bible. We'll run an exegetical search now. As you can see, it's already pulled up my Greek New Testament, or my different apparatuses, and if I had any grammars on this specific passage, it would bring it up here. You can see the Greek. You can see the English right here. And all these words are hyperlinked. So let's see how John specifically uses the word love here. Tap here. And it's ironic that he uses this specific verse, or specific word. I won't get into it, but it's used in a very familiar passage. Probably the most familiar passage in the Bible, John 3:16. Anyway, or at least a variant of it. And you can see right here, it's used as a verb. It's a present verb. It's in the present tense. Going on, this is current. And you can see the definition. You can see all the different dictionaries that one word brought up. So nice. You can even do a word study. All you got to do, and I had mentioned the word study. Word study. Right there. There it is. Word study. And now we're back to the lemma version, which is what is used in John 3:16, if memory serves me correctly. I had also mentioned the prayer list. You go to home. Now I have a 14 prayers on my prayer list. I won't necessarily get into the specifics of my prayers. But all you have to do I have a list. It's called General Prayers. All I have to do, click this list, and I'll get all my reminders to pray. There's an Add New Prayers button right at the top. All you got to do is just title it up, and then you just write in your little prayers. And then you just hit back, and it automatically saves. And it'll just add to this little list. And those are probably my favorite features of Logos Bible software. May God bless you. And may His face shine upon you.